Chair, the Honorable Murungara may need your protection. It will be irresponsible for me to sit here and not report to you that there is a lot happening between myself, between the Honorable Wamboka and the Honorable Murungara, and I think you need to protect the Honorable Murungara.
So, I am totally capable of protecting myself if any allusion to anything is made. So I do not require any protection. Okay, is over there, I am here.
So, Chair, then I'll need protection because they are psychologically affecting me. So,
I know, Honorable Rachel, you do not want to leave that seat, but you are well protected. So, Sergeant at Arms, please be alert in case of anything. Thank you.
Chair, I'm alert. I will be watchful.
Chair, that was a commercial break.
Chair, before I go on, may I thank you for the cooperation you have offered. It's happening under difficult circumstances. Thank you very much. Now, Cabinet Secretary, I can't claim I don't know you. I know you very well, and you also know me very well. Yeah.
And you know I came to give you a brief.
Both of us are charged with the national duty of making sure that in our country justice prevails. You would agree with me? Just a few questions to get things clear. How old are you?
I am 54 years old.
How?
54.
50 years old.
54.
54 years old.
Yes.
Yes, 54 years old. And just a few things to know. You of course, went to school, and you have told me that the honorable members that you have a university degree. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Which degree do you have?
I have a law degree from the University of Nairobi.
You have a Bachelor of Laws degree from the University of Nairobi?
Yes.
Yes. And are you an advocate of the High Court of Kenya?
No, I'm a lawyer.
Now just answer my question.
No.
Yeah. Are you an advocate of the High Court of Kenya?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Now, since getting the degree of Bachelor of Laws, have you ever worked in a law firm?
No.
No, you have never worked in a law firm.
Yes.
Yeah. You have been in government throughout, is that correct?
Yes.
In public office throughout?
Yes.
Yes. So would it be fair to say that you are a law graduate? Is that correct?
Yes.
You are a law graduate?
Yes.
And nothing more than that. Is that correct?
Yeah?
You are a law graduate?
Yes, yes, I'm a law graduate.
Yeah, you are a law graduate, but nothing more than that. Is that correct?
No, it would be wrong to say that because just like you've mentioned or you said, I have been in public service.
Yeah, you have been in public service, but what I'm saying to you, you are a law graduate.
Yes.
Yeah, that is all. And yeah, with respect, you are not a lawyer, are you?
Yeah?
You are not a lawyer.
I said I'm a lawyer because I know the difference between a lawyer and an advocate.
There's tremendous difference. You don't earn your livelihood by practicing law.
Yes.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. And you have never done so.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And you have never practiced any law at all. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And you are not an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Is that correct?
Yes, I've said yes.
So I'm putting to you are a law graduate and nothing more than that. Is that correct? Am I being fair to you?
Depends on the context, because if I was to take that, I also do farming.
Look,
so I
Mr.
do
Linturi,
business.
When one goes to university, there are a number of courses offered by the university. Geography, history, sociology, economics, political science. And one graduates in political science, one graduates in law, one graduates in sociology, and etc. Now, what you are telling the honorable members that you went to Nairobi University and you graduated in law.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, it's not appropriate, I put it to you, describe yourself as a lawyer. You are not.
I did not.
Yeah, thank you. Now, let me go a bit further and ask you some few questions here. Now, during the hearing, you have said all sorts of things about your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend. Is that correct?
I was responding to the issues that were raised. You raised the issues which I was responding
Yes.
to.
You said that this dispute before this select committee is because of love or between yourself and the ex-girlfriend. Is that correct?
I said in the context, in the manner in which the motion is
Yes.
brought before the House.
Yeah.
And
You
the
call-
charges that I'm facing here, or the
Listen,
accusations, have serious bearing
Yeah.
to that relationship.
Yes. Now, please, just looking at the book. You have complained about allegations of forgery of documents. You have complained about
That's your creation.
yeah.
I have not
Was
seen.
there any problem or dispute about your Bachelor of Laws degree?
There is no problem.
There has never been one at all.
I don't know.
By Justice
Ondunga.
Odunga. What did Justice Odunga say?
In fact, they directed Nairobi University to readmit me and complete my master's degree.
Did you complete your master's degree?
I did not, because remember,
Anyway, let us leave that and move on to something else. Yeah. Now you have complained about a lot of things about love, forgery, documents, being a fraudster, venereal diseases, and etc. Now, there's also, you speak Swahili. Do you know the Swahili language? Do you know the Swahili language? Can you speak
I
Swahili?
speak Swahili,
Huh?
but I would choose to speak English.
No, I'm saying you know Kiswahili language. I want to put to you something in Kiswahili. You know Kiswahili language, don't you?
If I'm able to respond in Kiswahili,
Yes.
I will.
Yeah.
But if I do not, then I'll opt to give an answer once it is sent.
There is a Swahili saying, ambako kuna moshi, kuna moto. Look in your. Have you heard of that?
You know, that's the perception you're trying to create,
Yes.
and
What I'm saying
I am not a believer
all
in it.
these complaints you are making against the press, all these complaints about you're making against your ex-wife, and all complaints you are making against some other people and so on, there must be some kind of proof.
I did not make any complaint. Remember, I was answering to a motion that is before this House, and I attached the evidence to show that those issues or the matters cited in the motion are matters that have been discussed and determined in court.
Let me now move on to another area. You remember you heard that something had gone wrong in your ministry, in that what was used as, well, probably let me put it this way, just to make things easier for you, I think. When you heard that things had gone wrong in the ministry, you convened some meetings, didn't you?
When I heard,
Yeah, that something had gone wrong in the ministry.
I did not hear of anything wrong
Yeah.
that has gone in the ministry.
That there was fake fertilizer. When you heard it, there was fake fertilizer. Yeah, that is sold and so on.
I did not convene any meeting.
You did not convene any meeting?
Yes, I didn't say I convened any meeting.
Yeah. Did you take any steps in the matter?
What I want to put...
Just to answer my question, if I may borrow your my land friend's saying to say yes.
But I also asked that our different labs, because we have Kenya's certified laboratories, one that is run by the Kenya Health Plant Inspectorate Service and CALRO. These are the supporting agencies that support my ministry to further undertake those tests on the fertilizer that was within that batch and be able to report to me. I sent, we discussed with the peers, we stopped the distribution, and I also directed samples be taken to KEFIS and CALDO for analysis. That's what I did.
Now, in your ministry, you have a number of departments. Sorry, my lady. Okay. You are familiar with this order, executive order number 2 of 2023. Are you familiar with it? Now this order of executive order of 2023, you are familiar with it. I'm trying to go through your ministry of agriculture. Yes, you could show me that. Could you show me ministry of agriculture? I'm asking you, can you show me ministry of agriculture? It is not there. I'm telling you that could you go through and show me where ministry of agriculture is?
But I'm asking, are you suggesting it's not here?
Look at page 14. Page 14.
Very good, I am there.
You have seen it.
I'm just trying to peruse it, just give me a minute. Yes.
You have seen it. Now, you are, of course, from the ask you a very simple question. You are the one in charge of the Ministry for Agriculture and Livestock.
Yes.
And there are a number of institutions in the ministry, a number of departments and etc. in the ministry, and you are the one who was and who is overall in charge. That's correct.
Yeah, I'm in charge of policy direction.
Yeah, you are in charge of the policy direction. Now, is there anything else that you would suggest to the honorable members of what you do apart from the policy directions? Is there anything else that you do?
Of course, I formulate, present, and articulate cabinet memoranda, sessional papers, and other policy issues of the ministry. I respond to questions in Parliament as provided for under Article 153 of the Constitution, and or any other function that is delegated to me by the President.
By any other functions that is delegated to you by the President. There is an institution known as the National Cereals and Produce Board. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, under it.
Yes.
And it has a managing director.
Yes.
Yes. Now, these fake fertilizers concern the National Cereals and Produce Board. Am I correct or not correct? The fake fertilizers concern the institution in the department in the ministry.
When you look at my evidence, I want to agree. National Cereals and Produce Board is a saga within my ministry, a state, a semi-autonomous agency in my ministry, with an accounting officer, with the MD, formed by an act of parliament, with its responsibilities. To the extent that I do for NSPB is to appoint members of the board to run that institution. And the MD, if a vacant possibly arises, is appointed by the minister.
Yeah, you're the one who appoints the managing director.
By law, I'm the one supposed to appoint the manager on recommendation of the board.
Yeah, you're the one who does the appointment. Now, fertilizers concerned the National Cereals and Produce Board. Is that correct, or am I right?
What do you mean by concerned?
Now, the fertilizers fell under which institution in your ministry?
The National Cereals and Produce Board is the one that advertised for purchase of fertilizer.
The National
For Cereals and Produce Board, and we took you through a tender advert,
Yes.
and they procured fertilizer on behalf of government.
Yeah. Now, when the issue of fake fertilizer came up, did you have a word with the managing director? Did you have a meeting with him?
Of course, when this thing happened, I had a meeting with him.
You had a
I wanted to know what had really had gone wrong. Because the first thing I wanted to understand was whether he had actually taken my instructions, which I had given on the 20th of December, that before supply of any fertilizer by any supplier, then those suppliers should have complied with the directive of filing the chemical compensation of the fertilizers that were meant to be acquired by them, depending on what category each of them bidders won. Yes.
about how many meetings do you have with the managing director?
I do meetings with my MDs.
No, on this
They
we're
can
doing
come.
fertilizers. I'm interested
So
in
then
About
the
how many
qualification should have been how many meetings to discuss fertilizer. I may not remember how many, because this is a matter that I even appeared with him in Parliament. And there is also meetings for him to brief me on the distribution schedules and the program that they had put in place so that the farmers are not inconvenienced. So I had a number of meetings with him.
Okay. What did he tell you had happened regarding the fake fertilizer? What did he tell you?
What the information I got from him was that, contrary to what was out there, there was an issue within a batch of around 3,000 bags which did not comply with the agreed standards. That was the only issue.
What else did he say to you?
And that's what that is what he said.
Yeah. Did you find that there was something that he should have done and he did not do?
Of course, looking at what I am asking to do, and looking at the tender handbook, the specs, because the tender document was clear that complied to certificate standards, and he had given out their one to the tenderers. Then it was the responsibility of the supplier really to conform to the standards and the quality that was agreed between them and Kenya, in Europe, so between them and the National Seals and Quality.
So you did not find anything wrong with him at all. He had done his job properly. Is that correct?
As far as the tendering process was done, exercised his mandate as the accounting officer. There is nothing that time which I had to imagine or to believe that he had not done what he was required to do by law. And in any case, some of the fertilizers we are talking about and were being distributed to the farmers, if that information, which I highly regret, about that batch did not come to our attention, probably would not have known.
So far as you are concerned, there is nobody within your ministry who can be blamed for anything regarding the theft.
In the Ministry of Agriculture?
Nobody.
Nobody in the Ministry of Agriculture.
Nobody within the ministry.
Nobody in the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development can be blamed.
Can be blamed.
Yes, that's what I believe.
That's the conclusion you came to.
That is what I believe, unless you prove me to the contrary, because just like we're trying to demonstrate, these institutions, they are semi-autonomous. They are institutions being guided by or created by law. They are institutions that have accounting officers, and where in the application of public money must comply with the requirements of the Public Procurement and Disposal Act. And anyone who directly or indirectly has no responsibility under the law may not be blamed for it, but those people whose responsibility on procurement is vested on them, then are the people that are supposed to be answering.
And according to you, that's why the managing director continues to work. He has not been disciplined anywhere.
The managing director is not in office, and the board met last week. They suspended him.
Okay?
The board
Yeah.
suspended him last week.
Why?
I have not yet perused the letter or the minutes of that board discussion because it happened again when I was not around. But I think probably for them to get an opportunity to investigate and understand the circumstances surrounding this or procurement of the fertilizer that we are distributing to farmers.
Has it been suspended because of the fertilizer or not?
I'm saying, and because I have not looked. And the labs I'm told have established that there is deficiency in the amount of nitrogen or phosphorus for, I think, for purposes of...
the fertilizers also have to be imported, is that right?
Kenya does not produce fertilizer.
Yes.
I think it is important to let the country know Kenya does not produce fertilizer because we do not have the necessary raw material for production of fertilizer. So most of our fertilizer is imported.
Yes. So what His Excellency William Samoei Ruto said about him recently is correct. Can you look at this?
Saying about who?
Just read it loudly. Could you read it loudly, please?
I think this is wherever you've found or you've downloaded this one from, and this must have happened probably today, which I'm not sure, because as we sit here, I'm saying it happened today. I am the Minister for Agriculture and Livestock Development. I opened this forum on the Africa Fertilizer and Soil Health Summit, and today was the presidential day for the African presidents and everybody else. So, and if this is what the president said, I associate myself completely with his sentiment, because he's saying Africa must work towards securing affordable, quality, and accessible fertilizers through local manufacturing. We must bring or create incentives for the country to manufacture fertilizer. So I agree with my boss completely that this will not have even come at a better time than today, when the presidents of Africa and other participating dignitaries were at KICC when I'm here, discussing the African fertilizer and soil health in our country.
Now, you have said that there is no nexus between what happened and yourself. You still maintain that?
There's none at all. None at all.
Yeah. Were you not the one who was responsible for, as a minister for agriculture, to make sure that we had good fertilizers, not fake fertilizers?
I think I exercised my, indeed, and I take my work very seriously. And what I did, or what I was trying to do when I wrote that letter, which is in my affidavit on page 367, you can see for yourself that I didn't exercise caution, even to direct that people must supply fertilizer that is of good quality. Secondly, I also want to mention there is no nexus, because you just shown me the executive order that provides my office. If you look at the affidavit, my affidavit, and especially paragraph 6, outlines the work that I'm supposed to do as a minister. When you look at the procurement law, we have clearly showed you on demonstrated where there is function of procurement, or who should bear responsibility on gaps or errors of omission or commission in regard to procurement should lie. So there is completely no nexus between me and the purchase of the fertilizer, and I do not have the capacity to direct any procuring entity or any SAGA within my ministry to do anything in regard to procurement.
Cabinet Secretary, the money that was going to be spent on fertilizer was for 5 billion shillings. Is that correct?
No, you are wrong.
How much of it?
Let me guide you.
No, I'm asking you how much.
No, let me tell you.
No, I'm asking you the figure.
Don't.
I'm just interested in the figure.
I am telling you, you are wrong, and the correct amount of fertilizer that we are, the amount of taxpayers' money we are spending in the year 2024 in the budget. We have only 2 months to the budget, to close of the year. We are spending around 12 billion. Up to 30th June, yes. Yes, that's the budget. So it's not 5. That is the investment and the commitment that this government has put into money to deliver food in this country and to realize the food agenda. So it's not as little money. And that's how William Ruto is serious in feeding the country. We have to spend that. We must invest in agriculture to transform this country, to make, agriculture is the source of raw material for manufacturing. We must feed ourselves. We must reduce our import budgets on edible oils. This is serious. And that's why we are that's why government is supporting production against the consumption. I agree with you, it's not little money. It depends on what the money is supposed to be doing. I am still insisting. I will be appealing to this honorable house, this parliament, to add more money to agriculture because I don't believe it's properly funded.
But could you answer my question? In the present context, in the present circumstances, 12 billion shillings is a lot of money.
When you look at our production vis-a-vis our investment, you realize 12 million shillings compared, 12 billion shillings compared to what we are producing a country has been properly spent.
Yes. Now, you as the minister in charge, you must have put up a case in government circles for this amount of money to be assigned to your ministry for fertilizer.
Yes.
You took an interest.
Yes, we want more money to come to agriculture.
In this amount of money, 12 billion shillings. Did you take any steps to ensure that it was well spent?
I defend budgets in Parliament. When we get money, the responsibility or accounting responsibility is vested in the principal secretary. I'm not the accounting officer of the ministry.
Did you, as a man in charge, take an interest to make sure that the money was being spent?
I have a very competent principal secretary, and because I have a competent secretary and the president exercised his mind and discretion to give me officers to work with who know what their responsibilities are, and I've not had any doubt at all on the capacity of my peers to deal with the issues of accountability. I do not have any reason to doubt them. Secondly, let me also say that the ministry is audited. The Public Accounts Committee oversights our ministries. And since the oversight function is exercised by Parliament, then I think where there is a mistake or if where money is not properly spent, there could be adverse reports on change of ministry. So my money is properly spent.
Was it well spent? The answer is either yes or no.
The 12 million, the year is not even over. I've even given you a budget for the year or what we even intend to spend.
Now,
So it is premature.
How much money did you spend on the fake fertilizer?
We did not spend any money on fake fertilizer.
How much did you spend?
We have not spent any money on fake fertilizer.
You did not?
No. Spent any money. We did not advertise to buy fake fertilizer. Hence, we did not apply to purchase fake fertilizer.
Is it?
Yeah, why is the I've shown you the adverts for adverts to bidders to apply to sell fertilizer to the country. There is no single line on this handiwork that shows we applied for zero fake fertilizer.
I'm referring to fake fertilizers that this committee is looking into, is investigating.
I don't think this committee is looking into fake fertilizer, unless you've not understood what is before this committee. And I'm sorry, and respectively, say that this committee is investigating a motion presented by the member for Mbumula to get me out of office. Is not investigating fake fertilizer.
So can I ask, why was a member of parliament, why did he tender the motion for you to get you out of the cabinet section?
I think he knows better, because there are 3 violations of the Constitution, gross misconduct.
You did not do your job, you did not do your job properly.
I will leave this to the committee to determine whether indeed my job or not, because I think we demonstrated where the ministry was, where we have taken the ministry during my short stay as the cabinet secretary, and you can see that nobody is out in the streets with any sufuria on his hand or anybody complaining about hunger, and I think we've done quite well. It is, in my view, honestly, we've done something. The mistake that may have arisen because a crooked manufacturer, of course, I would not want to imagine it was willingly, because in normal manufacturing processes, errors may arise in the course of manufacturing, and there was that batch which has really created this heat, which I say I really regret as a minister, and which we've been trying to correct, cannot really be the basis of assuming a national government project that is over 99% successful. I would really not want to present a situation where we declare such a successful project or play around with it without even really understanding the effect that this has to our farmers. Because when we applied, or we appealed to farmers to listen to us, and the government was going to support them with the inputs and anything else that was required, these farmers listened to us. And I really respect my farmers in the country, which have even managed to register to the tune of 6.4 million within 1.5 years, and now are able to give us maize to the tune of 67 million bags in a year. And I think it's also fair also to mention the Department of Agriculture goes beyond maize. Because if we were to give our achievements in the tea sector, the last time the kind of bonus we paid to our tea farmers, because we also gave them subsidized fertilizer, the returns were enormous. I can also tell you from here, the bonus we are going to declare this year to the tea farmers will be money that has not been achieved, or targets that have not been achieved in the history of this country. So let people really take our apologies for that small error which we have tried to deal with, where we have already gotten out to really ensure that these mistakes do not arise in the future, and really accept us or give us the opportunity to really work together with every like-minded Kenyan to address the problems that confront this country. Because we have a duty to develop Kenya as responsible citizens. If we were to get the politics out of all this matter, we would have done very well, because at least a lot of farmers appreciate the good work we are doing. And that era we also regretted. And I would invite anybody else here to join this bandwagon of farmers and assist us in grow our food. because I think if I have gone out of this country a number of times, been by the taxpayer, to address conferences out there discussing the issue of food and nutritional security. It is not a very good corner to be in, begging for support. We applied, we were giving licenses for people to employ, to bring food from Kenya. Some countries refused to allow imports from their countries because they were faced with hunger. So that should tell you, if we are not food sufficient as a country, the risk is huge. So let's not really take this matter so lightly. Let us, each one of us, be able to contribute towards really putting some food on the table for our country to reduce the amount of money we pay outside in bringing food commodities that we can be able to produce in Kenya.
I put it to you that we are where we are at the moment because you did not do your job.
I think that is laughable, because honestly, from my defense, as when you look at the motion as was presented, there is nowhere that you have the iota of evidence has been provided to demonstrate how incapable or incompetent I am.
Colossal sum of money was spent, and you are aware of this amount of money, and the country did not get anything out of the money at all. Instead, we had fake.
We plainly video evidence, and you appreciate. I don't know whether you come from Western in Bugoma, farmers from Grama appreciating the fertilizer, Kericho.
You have left, 2 minutes.
Your Honor, this is my learned friend, Asha. Would like to say one or two things.
Asha, you have 1 minute and 47 minutes, seconds.
Cabinet Secretary, check your bundle of documents, page 5. Page 5 of your bundle of documents. You stipulated the duties of a cabinet secretary, right? Page 5 of your bundle.
Yes.
It is turn to page 6, which provides the duties of a cabinet secretary, right? What does part E read? Kindly read for us. Part E, this one.
Appoint board members of public institutions falling under the ministry and the state departments in consultation with the executive office of the president in accordance with their respective enabling statutes.
Thank you very much. So according to what you've written there, you're responsible for the appointment. Kindly go to the bundle of, there's a food.
Honorable Amboka, we will not be able to do that because we have a lot to finish before the end of the day. Thank you.
Just 5 minutes. She was on that point. What she wants to raise is just on that point. Nothing.
Consult with your counsel, please.
Honorable Chair, we have no questions to the witness in re.
Honourable Minister, just a few clarifications. Perhaps where the council left, perhaps
CS, we will, sorry, Honorable TJ. Buona CS, we will do 3 questions, or there are 3 members, and we agreed to, which equals 2 minutes. Let us stick to that, please, and then the minister will respond, then we will call on others.
Chair, could you give me three questions in a row?
Allowed.
Thank you. 3 questions. One on the area of fertilizers and animal foodstuffs. I need this to be clear. People have talked about it, to and fro. I think it is fair that you need to have an opportunity to speak about it clearly so that it is disposed. Could you show the minister, that young council, you can come back. Could you show the minister the fertilizer and the animal foodstuffs, if you have? I think you have it. I'm sure he can show you quickly so that you don't have time. Yeah, so quickly, yeah, so this is one area of the questions on fertilizer and animal foodstuffs. CS, you can see that this act, although it's revised in 2022, but the amendments are 2015. the amendments, if you just see under the recital of the Act, date of commencement, then the recital, you can see that these amendments, the 2A, 2B, 2C, and all those, are as a result of Act number 20, 2015. Right? Meaning that they have been in force since 2015. And you considered, I think, if I listened to what you responded, that this board has not been constituted, but it is work in progress. I want to understand that close to 9 years, this is work in progress. Close to 9 years. This is work in progress. And as you are going to answer that, again on the same act, you can see that the functions of the board that is 2B, and this 2B, functions of the board, blah blah, promote collaboration of stakeholders in the agriculture industry. Right. Okay, just a minute. Advise the national government and county government on procurement, establishment, and development of policies related to fertilizer. I'm just trying to see, there is a point in which it says that it is talking about the distribution of subsidized fertilizer very directly. And you confirm that if this was effectively operationalized, if this act for 9 years was effectively operationalized, then this would be the correct procedure to follow, either in procurement, distribution, or anything else around fertilizer subsidy, just in case it was operationalized for 9 years. Is that correct?
I don't think, Chair, that the board would have taken over the function of acquisition or purchase of fertilizer.
Well, why don't you think so?
Because in the current setup, or the way we procuring fertilizer has been through the MCB.
Would you just look at 2BA?
But what I'm saying is that if, and I said, and I want to admit, because this is something I mentioned, because we cannot argue over what the functions of the board are as provided by the law, and we must deal with the law as is. It's for the committee to appreciate why the board has not been formed and at what stage we are in the process of implementation.
Yes, I understand that it is work in progress.
Of the act.
I understand that it is work in progress, and I appreciate. I respect that. But all I'm asking, if you look at 2BA, to regulate the fertilizers and animal foodstuffs industry, including the production, manufacture, packaging, importation, marketing of fertilizer and animal foodstuffs. Why would you think that if this act was not operationalized, in the course of 9 years that this act has been available, that it would then take the issue of manufacture, production, procurement, distribution, and everything else concerning the subsidized fertilizer?
You see, the business of fertilizer production, just like I have seen, is business that we've not, or companies have not set up in Kenya. With the broad mandate of the company, of the board, probably we would get value by the board trying to really participate in the licensing of people that are participating in fertilizer business.
All right, thank you.
Either stockists
now, yeah, that's okay.
or importers.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that those people that are bringing in fertilizer are not licensed, or fertilizer of bad quality come in. And Chair, please, if you may allow me, remind the member that this law has been there. We've been trying to implement other sections of different laws in the ministry. And when I said it's work in progress, is because we've already, those discussions have commenced. A task force report has been prepared. It has proposed the organizational structure of this board. And don't also forget, we are currently, because it's a new administration, Mheshimiwa, that we are faced with serious financial challenges, and our position as government is even to collapse some of the sagas of the institutions so that we can have a lean, effective government and see how we can save money and be able to apply in development. Right. This has really gotten us back, but the process has commenced. It's an advanced stage. Probably we have already asked the Director Crops and Director Agriculture, Crops Development, Director Veterinary Services, in the meantime, to assume the responsibilities and make sure that this is happened. That's why you find, even in the PS, didn't appoint a committee, a fertilizer committee, to check on these things. So,
well done. Well explained.
We're trying to do our best.
Well explained, CS. But just attached to it, could you please help CS to see the Cereals Board Act? The Cereals Board Act, I think it is also part of
Point of order, Chair. Chair, point of order.
Yes. Yes, Mayor.
Thank you, Chair. I think as we are starting this session, you had given direction that there will be 3 questions, 2 minutes. He asked for 3 minutes, but I don't know whether that order was at one time vacated or we are still within the 3 minutes. Thank you.
I think I will ignore that. Now, look at cereals.
Honorable Kajwang, you cannot ignore that.
But Chair, everybody sees I'm struggling, and the CS is explaining, which is his right, to explain and to take as much time as he wants, because it is his right to explain. My question took less than 5 seconds. But yes, he's entitled to explain even in 20 minutes if he wants.
But
I can't control the explanation.
Remember, we agreed that we will ask 2 questions. You asked for 3, and I said okay, and we will allow 3 members to ask so that the CS can respond. Kindly let us go back to that, and then we proceed.
Exactly
Honorable,
what I'm doing. That is exactly what I'm doing. You see, no, Chair. Look, everybody knows in this room that I am asked a small question, but the CS, in his own wisdom, and he has the right to do so, can answer as long as it takes. That doesn't shorten my time. But anyway, let me go to the second one. And look, CS, I'm just trying to understand a few issues. Would you please assist him in seeing the produce, the NCCB Act?
Which page of the motion?
Specifically the functions. The functions. You find it in the bundle prepared by the Secretariat.
On a point of order, you know, I have a lot of respect to Honorable Kajwa. You know, when we say ask questions, you don't cross-examine the witness. Ask the questions, then allow another member to ask the questions, another member. I thought that is the direction we've been taking in all the cases. You know, it's unfair for TJ to...
Page 429, 429. Yes. And the function, the powers of the functions are on section 4. All right. CS, I just section of this one and this one and.
Chairman, I am and because this is not the beginning or front.
No. The charge sheet which should hinder diverge from